Let me ask you something honestly. How many times have you tried learning automation already? Maybe you started with YouTube tutorials, maybe you bought a course, maybe you even tried Selenium before, and every single time it felt like you were progressing until you sat alone in front of the screen and realized you still didn't feel confident enough to build things on your own. And that feeling is frustrating because it's not that you're lazy, and it's definitely not that you're not intelligent. You already understand testing, you already know how applications work, but somehow automation still feels out of reach. And after a point, you start questioning yourself. Maybe coding isn't for me, maybe automation is too technical, maybe I started too late. Meanwhile, you see other testers moving into automation roles, learning modern frameworks, growing faster in their careers, and silently you begin feeling left behind. But here's the truth: most people never explain properly. The problem is not that Playwright is difficult. The real problem is that most people are learning randomly. Random tutorials, random projects, random information, and random learning creates random confidence. That's why someone can spend months watching videos and still feel nervous during interviews or confused while building frameworks. Not because they're incapable, but because they never followed a structured implementation roadmap. Now, imagine something different for a moment. Imagine sitting in an interview and actually understanding what's happening. Imagine building Playwright scripts without constantly copying code from somewhere else. Imagine finally moving from I'm trying to learn automation to I can actually implement this confidently. That shift changes everything: your confidence, your career direction, your opportunities, even the way you see yourself professionally. And that's exactly why I created this Playwright Mastery program, not as another theory heavy course, but as a structured implementation roadmap specifically for manual testers, Selenium testers, and working professionals who want practical automation confidence. The entire program is built around three stages. First, removing coding fear, because most testers don't need advanced programming, they need coding confidence. Second, building real automation skills through implementation, real projects, framework thinking, debugging, and hands on practice. And third, learning how to use AI tools for faster growth, because modern QA workflows are evolving rapidly and smart testers are learning how to work smarter, not harder. And if somewhere in your mind you're thinking, I'm from manual testing, that's okay, because most strong automation engineers started there. If you're thinking, I'm not very confident in coding, that's normal too, because confidence comes from guided implementation, not from memorizing syntax. And if you already know Selenium, that's actually an advantage because you already understand automation thinking. Now you're simply upgrading to a modern automation approach. At the end of the day, this is not really about learning another tool. It's about finally building the confidence to move forward in your career without feeling stuck anymore. Because the difference between confusion and confidence is usually not intelligence, it's structure, guidance, and consistent implementation. And if deep down you already know that it's time to take automation seriously, then this could be the turning point you've been looking for.